Hi guys, Tristan here from Pain Free Fitness. I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about a key question I'm asked quite often, and that is, of course, what is movement coaching and what does a typical session look like? So it's important to understand that from our practice's perspective, movement coaching is focused primarily around education. And we start by educating the client on what exactly is happening from an anatomical perspective with their condition, and also, of course, neurological, so that they can get a better grasp and a better feel for what's happening with their condition and why. And what we've found is that the better they understand what's happening, the better their fear levels are reduced. So they don't have as much fear or anxiety around their condition, and that in turn actually we found reduces pain level just in itself. And there's plenty of research that backs up the link between high anxiety levels around pain and, of course, pain being quite high. Once our client is on board with what we're trying to explain and what we're trying to do, we then of course move on to a process of educating our client on how to move better. And that can obviously include a series of modalities, including manual therapy, strength training techniques, coaching cues, and the likes of. So you can see in the video that I've got here with Kathy, I go through a process of assessing, treating, and teaching Kathy about how her restrictions, and in this case it's anterior hip restrictions, how that's affecting her hinge or her deadlift pattern. The combination of manual therapy and the coaching of a new movement is quite a powerful one. The manual therapy gives the brain a window of opportunity to feel and connect with the new movement that I'm teaching. And this is invaluable because once the new movement is being taught and Kathy understands what she should be feeling, that movement can be solidified. And it's this new movement pattern that is going to reduce the pain that she's experiencing because the movement is now more efficient, more economical, doesn't impinge or restrict movement in any way. And therefore no compensations or less compensations are of course made. One final key point or element to movement coaching that should really be highlighted is the concept of integrating movement. So when we typically go to an allied health professional for our pain complaint, we are often prescribed strength and isolation for key joints or structures that are weak in nature and are letting the whole system down. So if we use the example of runners, for example, you might often be prescribed a clam to help improve hip stability, which in turn affects knees and ankles and lower backs and all sorts of things. So this exercise in itself is great within its own right. However, if the movement is not progressed and integrated into more complex movements, then what I've found is that the body just resorts back to the default movement pattern that it knows, which is obviously dysfunctional in nature, and that's why the client has gone to the allied health professional in the first place, because of the pain complaint. I just find that if subtle key movements aren't prescribed and integrated from a clam right through to what effectively is running, then the strength that is gained in the clam can't be built up and improved on. And it's this integration that really is key to my service as a movement coach, and what stands out to really help with pain relief and obviously long-term pain relief for that matter. Alright, so there's my explanation. I hope that makes sense on movement coaching. If this sounds like it's a stepping stone that you've been missing with your pain complaint, feel free to click the button below, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.